Hey aviators, I'm Will Fitzpatrick with Aviate New Mexico, and today I'm taking you inside our recent New Mexico Airstrip Network steering team meeting, sharing how NMAN is restoring, charting, and promoting the airstrips that unlock New Mexico's wildest backcountry adventures. Back in 2014, a handful of passionate pilots and land management agencies began informal talks about improving public land airstrips. By 2016, we cemented those talks into a formal memorandum of understanding, now renewed through 2022, uniting aviation, tourism, conservation, and economic development under one mission: expand access, drive sustainable tourism, and protect our natural treasures. Our 2021-22 signatories include the New Mexico Pilots Association, Recreational Aviation Foundation, New Mexico Tourism, the U.S. Forest Service, the Bureau of Land Management, the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association, the Experimental Aircraft Association, Economic Development, the New Mexico Airport Managers Association, New Mexico Council of Outfitters and Guides, and the State Land Office of New Mexico. That diversity is our superpower, bringing together funding, expertise, and boots-on-the-ground volunteers. Pilots everywhere are craving more off-airport excitement. With rising flying costs, New Mexico's remote airstrips offer affordable adventure. Our data shows a 30% uptick in backcountry visits over the last 2 seasons, proof that pilots want more than just paved runways. From snow-capped Sangre de Cristo peaks to sun-baked Red Rock Badlands, New Mexico's flying season stretches 10 months, longer than most states. And with public land airstrips just minutes from world-class hiking, fishing, and stargazing, every flight doubles as an all-in-one adventure. So what exactly does NMAN provide you as a pilot? 3 big things: maintained and charted strips, pilot information and etiquette, and community events that drive local economies. NMAN has 3 major working groups that all work for the same similar goals: the U.S. Forest Service Working Group, the Bureau of Land Management Working Group, and the Tourism Working Group. In partnership with the U.S. Forest Service and the Recreational Aviation Foundation, we've restored fire rings, picnic shelters, repaired fences, and graded runways at 9 backcountry strips, from Reserve to Sacaton. In the Gila proper, we maintain 6 strips, and up next, stabilizing Negrito's runway and removing hazards at Jewett Mesa. Accomplishments that have already been completed are continued airfield maintenance at airports like Beaverhead, Jewett Mesa, Meon, Negrito, Rainy Mesa, and Sacaton. But that's not where it ends, and there are more plans in the future, like mentioned before. Like our U.S. Forest Service Working Group, the Bureau of Land Management Working Group is also working to restore and preserve airstrips throughout New Mexico. One of these airstrips, working with the BLM, officially charted the Cuba Landing Strip and begun design for access road grading, campgrounds, and trails around the airport. At the moment, the airport is NOTAM closed because it needs to have maintenance done to its runway. But NMAN and BLM are working diligently on solving those issues to get the Cuba Landing Strip back into operation. Alongside the Cuba Landing Strip that was charted in 2020, There are also evaluations going on for an abandoned North Strip, and pending funding, it could be a second fly-in destination. Tell us your thoughts on the Cuba Landing Strip and what ideas you have when it comes to backcountry flying in New Mexico. Go to AviateNM.com and leave your comments there. We love to hear from you. Our interactive web map at Airfield.Guide shows real-time conditions, GPS coordinates, and aerial photos for every public and backcountry strip. Also, one of our very own members of the New Mexico Pilots Association has created an obscure and scenic New Mexico page. Go there and check out the different sites that you can see from the air, with interesting history and background to each one of these unique sites only found in the Land of Enchantment. Plus, through the RAF's etiquette team, we promote quiet ops, CTAF discipline, and leave no trace habits, so pilots remain welcome guests on public lands. Additionally, NMAN has a tourism working group. This group is here to expand and to promote aviation tourism in the state of New Mexico. Every pilot visit boosts rural economies, fuel sales, lodging, guide services, even local diners. With 121,000 pilots in the 6-state region, that impact multiplies fast. Our tourism working group has run fly-in events, digital campaigns, and is now prototyping electronic kiosks with trail info right at rural airports. As you can see in the past, NMAN has put together multiple events for the community to become more connected. Successful events like our Mountain Air fly-in, the Rama fly-in, our annual Gila fly-in, in which we usually fly into reserve and then go to the outlying airports from there, and Magdalena. And upcoming, we're planning a Los Alamos Airport fly-in, a Mountain Air flyover for the parade, again, our annual regional fly-in for the Gila. This year, a little bit different, the Roswell Air Races. The Land of Enchantment fly-in, set for September at Double Eagle, and we're still trying to figure out when we're going to do our Deming fly-in in October. Ongoing projects with partners are happening all over the state, like the plans at Navajo Lake Airport and at the Glenwood Airport. Coming soon, the initial discussions for a rehabbed Meon Lodge that would be for public use, a modern pilot lounge and weather station at Reserve, vault toilets and picnic shelters at Sacaton, plus a full season of fly-ins from Mountain Air to Los Alamos. Want to lend a hand? Sign up for volunteer work parties. Share your photos and condition reports on Airfield.Guide, or join our Facebook community at Fly New Mexico. That wraps up our deep dive into NMAN's work for New Mexico aviators. If you're ready to explore these airstrips or help keep them open, visit nmpilots.org and join AviateNM on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Clear skies and happy flying.